Hello, those of you who joined in, wait a few minutes, okay? Josephine, hello. Happy CMY to you too. Thank you for the kind compliment. We will begin very shortly. Hello, Wee Chong. You all are very hardworking, Chinese New Year still watching this TikTok live. Anantara, hello. Juan, no, there's no Kahoot today. How was your Chinese New Year, everybody? Was it a good break? Did you all get a lot of ang pao? Oh, Wee Chong, not bad. Okay, that's great. But today got school, right? Wow, Wee Chong, that is quite a lot of ang pao money. Good for you. Yes, hello. You have no, who are you? You have no name. You have an emoji. What emoji is that? Is that a crab emoji? Okay, but hello. Yes, WL, hello. Good to see you again. Will there be tuition tomorrow? Yes, there will be. If you have lesson on Saturday, okay, then there will be lesson as usual tomorrow. Yeah, WL, happy Chinese New Year to you as well. Hope you had a good one. No, today there's no Kahoot. I think it should be next week. We'll have Kahoot for math. Yeah, this week no Kahoot. Huh? What do you mean by next year go visiting together? You all are always looking forward to the Kahoot. Every live, there'll be at least like 10 people who ask me whether there's Kahoot or not. See, WL, you asked me again, is there Kahoot? No, there's no Kahoot. Oh, yes, okay, Audrey, yes, I will begin shortly. KJ, when is Sec 1 math, is it? Sec 1 math is on Thursday. Every Thursday, we will have Sec 1 slash Sec 2 live, okay, for math. Yes, user 745, let's start. Okay, let me hide the image first, the sticker. Give me a moment. Okay, so today we are doing P5 math, semester 1 practice. Audrey, no, today no giveaway. I think you mean Kahoot, right? Yeah, so today there's no Kahoot, so there's no giveaway. Okay? Okay, we look at the first two questions first. Okay, this will be our short answer questions. You guys can send me the answer in the chat box. Okay, so send in your answers. Hi Asher, good to see you. Okay, the rest of you, please send in your answers. I don't see a lot of answers. Audrey, are you sure you should start with a digit 6 or is that a typo? Hmm, just slept. Are you sure you should start with digit 7? Unknown player, you gotta try again, huh? Okay, so let's go through the answer. First one, I think not an issue. Right, you're supposed to write 5,09,607 in numerals. Okay, so numerals means in numbers. So let's write it out. Let me write 5 million first. Remember that million has 6 zeros. Okay, so after that, I'm going to plus 9,000. Okay, 9,000 has 3 zeros. And then you're going to add 607. Okay, so add it all together. You get 5,009,607. Yeah, okay, so most of you got this right. No issues with this, right? Actually, no, there's no Kahoot today. Okay, so first question, very simple. Those of you who are done, you can look at the next one. Yeah, it's easy. Unknown player, yes, today's worksheet is P5. Bonus or WL, you want a bonus question, is it? Not for this question, okay? Later on we can have a bonus question. WL, are you sure that's the answer? Yeah, WL, you want to look at your answer again? You want to try that again? Oh, accidentally send, is it? Okay, so Polyglot, do we do secondary school? Yes, on Thursday. Okay, Sec 1 and Sec 2 math is on Thursday. Alright, so I think most of you got it correct. Narya, you gotta check your answer, huh? Narya? Okay, good. So you're looking at the value of digit 4 in this number. Okay, so let me look at what's the place value of digit 4 first. So 4 is in your 10,000s place. So the value will be 40,000, okay, since it's in the 10,000s place. So you don't really need working for this question. User 437, I see, okay, you're studying for PSLE, is it? Okay, do a lot more practice paper. Math is all about practice. Okay, of course, our weekly TikTok lives are free. Okay, so feel free to join in and then hopefully you learn something. Okay, so look out for free resources. Okay, do more practice papers. Alright, so if everybody's okay, let's look at the third question. Can I see your answers for the third question? Hikari, your comments are always always very funny, huh? WL bonus question, not for this question. Later on, okay? Wee Chong, you're not supposed to use calculator, you know? This is short answer question. This is a section B question. Cannot use calculator. Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of correct answers. Shasha, are you sure the answer is 4? You want to try again? You don't want to try again, okay. Alright, so let's go through this. This is a division question, and you can cancel the zeros first, okay? So remember to cancel the same number of zeros from each number. So when I look at 800, I can cancel 2 zeros. So from the other number, I also cancel 2 zeros. So you treat it as if this is 2320 divided by 8. So this one you just use a long division since you cannot use calculator. So just do your normal long division. You should get 290 as the answer. No, differential calculus is not primary school level. Yeah, you might want to watch our secondary TikTok. User 437, are you sure you saw me in SMU? I'm not from SMU. Okay, YDFGS, what is long division? Long division just means your division working. So like that, 2320 divide by 8. Then you just calculate. Okay, so no questions. Let's move on. Next page. Question 4. Okay, we have a BODMAS question, a 4 order of operations question. Please try this. Okay, and then send in your answers in the chat box. Wow, today quite a lot of people are watching. You all are so hardworking during Chinese New Year period, still watching math TikTok. Okay, so those of you who are sending in the answers, all right. WL, you send your answer 3 times. I saw your answer, don't worry. Oh, Audrey, you're still doing. Okay. So Audrey, if possible, next time try to do the questions beforehand because we upload the worksheets in advance. Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of correct answers. I think I can go through this. Okay, so this is your 4 order of operation question, right? So you use the acronym BODMAS, which we have gone through quite a few times already. Okay, so B stands for bracket. Let's look at what is within the bracket first. Audrey, the worksheet is in our link in our TikTok bio. Okay. So within your bracket, you have 82 minus 16 times 4. So should you do the minus or should you do the times first, according to BODMAS? Minus or times first? Yes, Audrey. Yeah, you do times first, right? Because you do multiplication first and then subtraction is later on. It's a lower priority. So we will do the 16 times 4 first. 16 times 4 is 64. So everything else, make sure to copy it down exactly the same. Now you cannot remove the bracket yet, okay? You're not done with the bracket. Within the bracket, you have 82 minus 64, which you should do next. Okay, so within the bracket, that will be 18. And then now you can remove the bracket. So after that, you are left with a plus and a divide. Should you do plus or divide first? What do you guys think? Plus or divide? Which one is higher priority? Okay, yes, unknown player, you do divide first. Oh, okay. Hi, Angel. Good to see you. Yep. So let's do the division first. Okay. So that is 18 divided by 3, which is 6. Okay. So you're left with the last one, which is just addition. So that's how you get 29 as the answer, which most of you did get correct. Everybody okay with this question? Oh, okay. Melon pie. What sort of comment is that? Okay. Now next one. Angel, you want to see question 1 and 2, is it? But I got to move on, Angel. Maybe at the end, then I show you can. Okay, so the rest of you, can you send in the answer for this one? Express 11 over 8 as a decimal. Okay, so let's see your answers. Alright, okay, so most of you are getting it right. Any more answers before I go through? Yes, actually you're right. Mixed number, is it? Oh, you wanna change it to a mixed number first before you change to decimal? That's also okay. Mm. Okay, so let's go through this. 11 over 8. I want to change my denominator to either 10, 100 or 1000. So in this case, I can actually change it to 1000. Always remember that 8 times 125 will give you 1000. Okay, so remember the relationship between 8 and 125. When you multiply them, you get exactly 1000. Okay, so this will give me 1375 over 1000. Okay, so once my denominator is 1000, this means that it is 3 decimal place. Because 1000 has 3 zeros, okay, so it's 3 decimal place, I will get 1.375 as the answer. So when you're trying to change a fraction into a decimal, you want to make the denominator either 10, 100 or 1000. Okay, so in this case, I can change it into 1000. So there's another method you can use to get the answer, which is, okay, long division. So you can also use 11 divided by 8. You will get the same answer, 1.375. Okay, so long division is also correct. Two methods you can use. Up to you. Iggy, you cannot use calculator for this. This is a section B question. Oh, how come today the comments very active, ah? Yes, of course. Next time when you guys are adults, of course, nobody will stop you from using the calculator. Charlotte, is this gonna be given out in tuition, is it? Uh, no. The worksheet that we're going through is not our weekly A grader worksheet. Okay, so the questions are different. Alright, let's move on to the next page. You guys can try this. Question 6. Answers in the chat, please. Jake bought 9 similar pizzas and he shared them equally with 17 children. What fraction of a pizza did each person get? Give your answer in the simplest form. Wei Chong, why is this a worse question? Why he cannot buy 9 pizza? What's wrong with 9 pizzas? Hmm. Okay. Those of you who say 17 divided by 9, okay, are you sure? Oh, Angel, that's you, right? Are you sure it's 17 over 9? Or Joanne, are you sure it's 1 over 17? This question is quite tricky. Um, okay, Lorry Pops and WL 9 over 17. Are you sure? Shasha, this is a P5 math question. Okay, now quite a lot of you are saying 9 over 17, huh? Now 9 over 17 is not correct. Now why? Because of the keyword with. So please take note, this is a tricky question. With, when you see the keyword with, it means that you need to include Jake. Okay, so it is not just the 17 children who is eating the pizza. It's the 17 children, then you have to plus one person. That one person is Jake, right? So actually there's 18 people who are sharing the pizza. Okay, got it? Because of the keyword with. So you're going to use the 9 pizzas and then you share it, which means you're going to divide it equally by 18. So you will get 9 over 18. However, that is not the simplest form, right? You can actually simplify it further. Yes, unknown player, you simplify it, you'll get half as the simplest form. Okay, yeah. Anantara, that's correct. So just nice, each person gets half a pizza. Yeah, so those of you who got it right, good job. Oh, okay, unknown player, you have a question, is it? Is it for all fraction question must put in simplest form? Yes. Yeah, you should do that. Put it in the simplest form. Oh, okay. I love me girls. Huh? What's that? Okay. That's very little pizza for each person, is it? Or maybe they have other stuff that they're sharing. Maybe they ordered like chicken wings or something as well. Yeah, half a pizza is not say a lot lah. But maybe they have other things to eat eh? Okay, so if no questions with that one, let's look at the next one. Question 7. Can you guys try this? Okay, so I will wait for your answers. Okay, so let me see your comments. Unknown player says need to multiply to get the same denominator, is it? Oh, okay. Hmm. For this question, are you supposed to make the denominator the same? Y'all think about it, okay? Okay. So Vignesh, you gave the working, but what's the final answer? Tosafin, who is Mr. Lee, is it? He's just he's just a fictional character. Shasha, he cannot see the words, is it? I don't think I can zoom in though. If I zoom in later, it might get cut off. Yeah. Okay, anyone else has answers for this? This question, I'm not seeing a lot of correct answers, eh? Okay, yes, Angel. Yeah, you're correct. Good job. Josephine, you want to draw model, is it? Okay, model is possible. Yep. But I would just use a normal calculation, okay? Because if I draw model, I have to split it many times. So actually, I would not prefer using model because I have to split it many times. It's a bit troublesome. Lorry Pops. Yeah, good job. So let's go through this. Mr. Lee bought some fruits. 1/4 of the fruits were oranges and the rest were apples. So actually based on this, you know that 3/4 of the fruits are apples. Because you use 1 whole minus 1/4, you get 3/4. Okay, so apples is actually 3/4 of the fruits. After that, 4/5 of the apples were red. So what fraction of the fruits were red apples? Okay, so your red apples is 4/5 of the apples. Now in math, of, the keyword of means multiply. And then what fraction are your apples? We know that the apples is actually 3/4. So 4/5 of the apples means 4/5 times 3/4. Okay, so when you multiply this, you will get 3/5 as the answer. So for this question, you are actually not supposed to make the denominator the same. You are supposed to use multiplication of fractions for this question or model drawing. Yes, Naria, 3/5 is correct. Angel, how come you're giving your own math question in the comments, is it? You want to challenge me to a math question? That is quite funny. Okay, let's look at the next one. Leanne had some colored beads in a box at first. She took out 78 beads and her friend added in 126 beads. In the end, there were 650 beads. So how many beads were there at first? Can you guys try this? Or for this question, what concept would you use? There is a certain concept you should use for this question. Yeah. Let me know what concept it is. Okay, unknown player, you want to look at your working again? Is it a typo? Okay, so Angel says the concept we're using for this question is working backwards. Yes, very good. Exactly. Okay, so let me write it down here. The concept is working backwards. Okay, Juan, you gotta try again, for this question. Why does Lian need so many beads? I'm not sure. Maybe she's making like bracelets or something. Naria, you gotta try again as well. Okay, so firstly, I'm gonna look out for keywords, So what does the keyword took out mean? Is it plus? Is it minus? What does the word took out mean? Okay, Winnie, I will explain that shortly. Yeah, okay, so those of you who says minus, you are correct. The keyword took out means minus, and then the keyword added means plus. So when you are working backwards, you got to do the opposite. Okay, now why is this a working backwards question? Because you are working backwards from the end, then you are working backwards towards the start. So that's why this is a working backwards question, because you know how many beats there are in the end and you are slowly working backwards towards the start. Okay, so I will use 650. Now, when you work backwards, instead of plus, you do minus. Okay, so you do the opposite. So instead of plus 126, I do minus 126. Okay, and instead of minus 78, do the opposite, you do plus 78. So that's how you get 602 as the answer. So for working backwards, a key working of working backwards is to reverse the operation. So that means that if the keyword is minus, you do the opposite, which is plus. If the keyword is times, you do the opposite, which is divide. Alright, so many of you did get 602. Good job. Okay, how do you know if you need to use working backwards? Is when the question gives you um, the end, okay? And then you're working backwards towards the start. So for example, in this question, the question did tell you how many beats there are in the end. So you are given information about the end, but you don't know about the start. So that's when you need to work backwards. Okay, that's a very good question, unknown player. All right, let's move on. Next one. Okay, I'll read the question for you. A number when divided by 500 gives a quotient of 540. What is the quotient when this same number is divided by 3000? Let's see your answers in the chat box. Okay, so Joanne, Diana, Angel got the same answer. Maybury as well. Okay, Winnie, you want to multiply, is it? Yeah, that's correct. You can do that for your first step. Wee Chong, okay, same answer as the rest. Yeah, okay, so Winnie, you're correct. The first step is to multiply. So when I multiply, I can find out what this number is. You use 500 times 540, you will get 270,000. So this is the number that we are looking at. However, they're not asking you for this number, right? They're asking you what happens when you use 270,000, then you divide it by 3,000. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Let's just divide by 3,000. So this is actually similar to one of the questions earlier where we can cancel the zeros. So I'm going to cancel 3 zeros from each of this number. So you treat it as 270 divided by 3. So that's how you get 90 as the answer. Naria, you have an extra 0. I'm not sure whether it's a typo. Yes, Diana, you got it correct, right? Yeah, so this question, I think most of you got it correct. WL, yes. This is our last short answer question. Next page, we'll be doing work problems. Okay, oh, by the way, it's 7:32. It's time for a break. Right, everybody? We're at the halfway mark. It's time for a break. We will take a 5 minutes, okay, or maybe 3 minutes break. Okay, then we continue. So after the break, we move on to problem sums. Yes, Wee Chong, is break time. You guys can just chill, okay, chit chat, use the restroom if you need to. You can talk about your CNY. Jen, how long is the break? Is it just a few minutes? Okay, maybe just three or 4 minutes. Angel, that is a personal question. Oh, Audrey, you managed to print out the worksheet, is it? That's great. Yes, Winnie, this is the only break. Yeah, because our life is only 1 hour, so 30 minutes, then we will have just a very short break. WL, who is Angel, is it? Is a Astro Nova Light. She says she's Angel. She is just another her other account. Yeah. Matt, are you sure you got 1000K? That is a lot of money for ang pao money. Diana, no, this is a P5 revision paper. For secondary 1 and 2, that will be on Thursdays. Shasha, how about Sec 4 math, is it? So far, we don't have any live for Sec 4 math. But we will consider it. If a lot of people request for Sec 4 math TikTok live, okay, then we will consider. Naria, what do you mean by what day does this tuition start? If you're asking about primary math, our TikTok live is every Friday for primary math. Okay, then Thursday for secondary math. Winnie, why is it on TikTok, is it? Because you guys like using TikTok, isn't it? Many of you have TikTok accounts. Alright. Angel, I'm trying to teach and you asked me to solve your math question. I'm trying to go through my questions here. Narya, P5 math is P5 and P6 math is on Friday. English you have to check our schedule, okay? It's on the other days. Yeah. You can go and check if you're interested in English, our English TikTok. Angel, no worries. If I had time I would solve your question for you, but unfortunately I have to go through this, okay? Can I lower the question? Do you mean like that? Unknown player, can you see the question now? Okay, so let's go through our problem sums. No, like move it down, is it? Move it down? What do you mean by move it down? Move it down like that. I see. Okay, but if I move it down, I got not enough space to write. Okay, so anyway, let's go through this. The figure below not drawn to scale is made up of two identical rectangles without overlapping. The breadth of each rectangle is 3/8 meters and the length is thrice of its breadth. Find the perimeter of this figure. Give your answer as a mixed number in its simplest form. Okay, so those of you who have already attempted this question beforehand, what are your answers? Winnie, how many problem sums we have, is it? I think we have 4 today. Yeah, 4 problem sums. Anybody already solved this question? Oh, by the way, since it's problem sums, you can use calculator. Okay, Winnie noted. Unknown player, do I need to multiply the fraction? Yes, you do. Angel, I think you got to try again for this one. Okay, so the first thing I would do is to find the length, isn't it? The length is thrice, okay, which means 3 times of its breadth. So if the breadth is 3/8, then the length is 3 times of that, so you would times 3. So the length is actually 9 over 8. You can label it in the diagram 9 over 8. Now after that, you're going to try to find the perimeter. Okay, so in your comments, let me see. Yeah, I did see a correct answer. Anyone else want to send in your answer? Yes, Hayden. Yeah, you can ask a question if it's a legit question. Oh, Wee Chong, you're still solving the question, is it? Ah, okay. Yes, Wee Chong. Yep, your answer is correct. Let's go through. Okay, so now 9 over 8, I'm going to count how many 9 over 8 meters there are. So you can see that I highlighted 3 of the blue color lines right on the left. So that 3 blue color lines is equals to 9 over 8 meters. Okay, now I'm going to highlight in purple. That is another 2 9 over 8 meters. Okay, so in total, so far I have highlighted 4 of the 9 over 8 meters. Okay, so I'm going to use 9 over 8 times 4. That will be your blue color and your purple color lines. That is 4 of the 9 over 8 meters. So this is 36 over 8. Okay, now if you look at the diagram, there's still some sections that I haven't highlighted, right? So that will be the 3 over 8 meters in yellow. And you have 2 of that. So I would use 36 over 8, then I plus 3 over 8 plus 3 over 8 because there's 2 of the yellow color line. So make sure that you have highlighted every part of the figure. So once I do that, I will get 42 over 8. Then I'm gonna simplify this. So let me divide by 2 to get 21 over 4. Okay, then they want it as a mixed number, right? So as a mixed number, this will be 5 whole 1 over 4 meters as your answer. Yeah. Okay, so most of you got this right, those of you who send in your answers. So for perimeter, make sure that you don't count the inside lines, okay? Only the lines outside. Unknown player, why times 4 is it? Because the blue color and the purple color line, each of them is 9 over 8 meters. So I have 4 of the 9 over 8 meters. Unknown player, I don't times 2 because there's more than 2 of the 9 over 8 meters. I have 4 of it. That's why I times 4. So the purple color line is you have 2 of that. And then the blue color, there's another 2. So in total, there's 4 of the 9 over 8 meters. Yeah, Angel, I just explained it, right? Purple color got 2, blue color got 2. So total got 4 of the 9 over 8 meters. Alright, let's move on. Oh, I should change the highlight color, is it? I see. Okay, thanks for the feedback. Okay, next one. Elise has $57 and she wants to buy some files from a bookshop. So the bookshop sells the files at $1.80 each or a pack of 6 files for $9. What is the most number of files she can buy with all her money? Okay, so those of you who have tried it, what's your answer for this? And what concept should you use for this question? Anybody knows the concept you should be using? Oh, okay, Winnie. Winnie, your name is not actually Winnie, is it? Okay, can. Your name is Jen, alright. Angel, you want to use stacking for this, is it? Hmm. Mm, stacking, ah. It's not my top choice lah, okay, of a method. Model also not my top choice of a method for this question. I will use grouping, okay, for this question. Grouping. So it's more worth it when she buys the pack of 6 files. So she's going to buy as many of the pack of 6 files as possible. So you can use $57 divide by $9 to find out how many packs of 6 files she can buy. Okay, so just divide this. You should get 6 remainder, let me see, remainder $3, right? Do you guys get this for the first step? Yes? Okay, so now your quotient over here refers to how many packs of 6. So this is actually 6 packs of 6. Okay, so how many files are there in 6 packs of 6? That will be 6 times 6, which is 36. Then what about the remainder $3? Can she actually buy some more files with the remaining $3? She cannot buy another pack of 6, right? But she can actually buy the files one by one individually. Okay, so the $3, she can only buy one more file. Okay, she can buy one more file at $1.80. Yes. Unknown player, she doesn't have enough money to buy 2 files because 2 files will be $3.60, which is more than the $3. Okay, so she can only buy one more file. So your final answer is 36. Then you plus the one extra file, she can buy 37 files. Yeah, okay, so I did see some of you getting the correct answer. 37. That's the maximum she can buy. Winnie, how common is this question for P5, is it? I would say it's quite common. Unknown player, you want to multiply. What do you mean by multiply first? You mean you use 6 times 6 as your first step, is it? Wee Chong, yeah, this question is quite common. Grouping is quite common. Okay, unknown player, you use 6 times 9. Okay. So you probably use 6 times 9, then after that you use 57 minus that number, is it? Okay, you're not Wee Chong, you're Justin. I see. Okay. Oh, you did it halfway. Okay. Everybody okay with this question? The answer is 37. Then we have 2 more questions. Okay, so let me read this for you. At a bakery, there are 3 types of tarts. 4 over 9 of the tarts are chocolate tarts, and 3 over 10 of the remaining are strawberry tarts. The rest are blueberry tarts. There are 75 chocolate and blueberry tarts altogether. For part A, you need to find what fraction of the tarts are blueberry tarts. Give your answer in the simplest form. Okay, so those of you who solved the question, what's your answer for part A? What fraction are blueberry tarts? Anyone has the answer? Unknown player, do you need to make the denominator the same? No, okay? For this question, no, you do not make the denominator same. Because for this question, The keyword is remaining. Okay, so for remainder question, usually you don't make the denominator the same. Okay, we need Jen, don't worry, let me go through this. So for remaining questions, your first step is to find the remainder. Okay, now how do you find the remainder? Most of the time, it is using 1 whole minus the first fraction. So in this case, your first fraction is 4/9. So if I use 1 whole, which is the total, I minus 4/9, I will get 5/9, which is the remainder. Okay, yes, unknown player, that's correct. 5/9 is the remainder. So this part, please pay attention. If 3/10 of the remainder are strawberry, it means that your blueberry is actually 7/10 of the remainder. Because 1 whole minus 3/10 is 7/10. So let's say you have the remainder, right? 3/10 is strawberry, so the remaining will be 7/10, that's blueberry. Okay, so now I'm gonna find the blueberry. Your blueberry is 7/10 of the remainder. So again, in math, the keyword of means multiply. Make sure you remember that. And then what is the remainder? The remainder is 5/9. Okay, so 7/10 of the remainder means 7/10 times the remainder. You calculate this, you'll get 7/18 as the simplest form. Okay, so that's your answer for part A. Blueberry is 7/18. Okay, so some of you have different fractions for your answer. Some of you, you never simplify. Okay, make sure you simplify. Okay, good. Now let's move on to part B. So how many tarts are there in total? Now, if you look at the question, there's only one number that you haven't used, right? Which is 75. So 75 refers to the chocolate and the blueberry. Let me add the chocolate and the blueberry, okay? So chocolate is 4/9. Then I'm going to add the blueberry, which is 7/18. By the way, you can use your calculator for this, okay? So you will get 15/18, which is the chocolate and the blueberry. So 15 refers to 15 units. So you can say that 15 units equals to the 75 chocolate and blueberry tarts. Unknown player, the question is asking you for the exact number of tarts, not the fraction. Okay, so from here you can find 1 unit by dividing by 15. So 1 unit is 5. And if you want to find the total tarts, remember that the denominator is the total. So if your denominator is 18, it means that there's 18 units in total for all the tarts. Okay, so all you need to do is to times 18. Then you will get 90 as the total number of tarts. So this would be your final answer for part A and part B. Okay, so I will leave this here for a while for some of you to copy. Okay, some of you need to see the question, is it? There you go, the question. Okay, can I move on to the last question, everybody? So if you're P5, this current question would be one of your last few questions in your exam. Okay, so it is considered a more difficult question. It will be worth 4 to 5 marks. Okay, some of you need to see the part B workings. Okay, I scroll down for you. Yeah, so Jen and unknown player, you're struggling a bit with this question, right? Justin, why is it 4 marks, is it? Because there's part A and part B. Yeah. So part A, 2 marks, part B, 2 marks at least. So that's why it's a 4 mark question. Alright, okay. Everybody, let's move on to our last problem sum. So there were 4 times as many boys as girls in the school hall at first. After 52 boys left the hall and 35 girls entered the hall, there was an equal number of boys and girls in the hall. So how many girls were there in the end? Jen, yes, this is considered one of the harder questions as well. Yeah, Angel, this is our last question already. So for this question, I would recommend you draw a model. So let me draw a model for the boys and the girls. The boys is supposed to be 4 times, so I will draw 4 units for the boys. Rosian, you're asking whether this will appear in PSLE, is it? It could, yeah. It could be one of the questions. Okay, but I mean, it's hard to predict. How likely is it? Will this come out in PSLE? Again, it's hard to predict, okay, but this is a common question in your school exams. Alright, so I'm done with the first part, drawing the model. Now I'm going to label the model next. So 52 boys left the hall. When you label in the model, you do not know exactly how much 52 is, okay? So you just estimate, it's okay. So for example, let's say I estimate somewhere here. So this is what I estimate to be the 52 boys who left the hall. Okay, now after that, for the girls, 35 girls entered the hall. Okay, so let me add that using dotted line like this, 35. And you got to make sure that the boys and the girls are equal in the end. Okay, so that's why I have this line over here to make sure that the boys and the girls is equal amount in the end. Now from this model, you should be able to see that these 3 units over here, you can get these 3 units by adding 52 and 35. Okay, so let me write it. 3 units equals to 52 plus 35. So that will give me 87. After that, of course, you need to find 1 unit by dividing by 3. So 1 unit is 29. Now your very last step is to find the girls in the end. Okay? So remember that 35 girls entered the hall, right? So you got to use 29 plus 35 because 35 girls entered the hall. So then you will get 64 as your final answer. Yes, Angel, the answer is 64. You got it correct. Good job. Justin, 64 is correct. Oh, Jen, you're asking how many marks is this question, is it? Let me see. Yeah, this is likely to be a 4-mark question as well. 3 to 4 mark question. You're welcome, Angel. You got to catch a bus, right? Okay, everybody, thanks for tuning in. This is our last question for today's live. Okay, so if you learned something from the live, you enjoyed the live, okay, you can tune in again next Friday, same time. Okay? So that's all for today. I'll see y'all next week, same time. Bye bye. Continue to have a good CNY. Okay, CNY is not over yet. Yes, okay, so for those of you who celebrate Chinese New Year, today is Chusan, right? The third day. Okay, so happy Chusan, everybody. Bye, Asher. See you next week, same time. Yeah, happy CNY to everybody. Okay, bye. See y'all next week.